Okay. Did I stop in LA yet? Alright.
In this plaza, jacaranda trees nestle among adobe structures. A man sits in the shade of the largest one, plucking notes on his guitar. Wind rustles their branches and stirs up sounds of shouting, truncheons on flesh. An old woman fanning herself looks up at the noise.
Oh, let me see. I'll talk to the woman.
When you ask her about the shouts, she sighs. Voices from the riot. Police stormed the plaza, rounded up everyone in it, put them on a train to Mexico. Even people who were born here, like my brother. Intellectuals, socialists, and artists used to gather here. Now,
Listen.
a branch scrapes at a freshly painted wall. A man shouts at another to run towards Bunker Hill. Memories, she finishes. But those of us left, we don't forget. We're still here. History is a palimpsest. Voices linger. Echoes that resonate when we listen. Slowly he turns. His eyes don't quite make it to yours. His whole body keels back over the wooden railing where he perched and down into the dusty road outside the saloon. Now you see the gunshot
Yee.
and the trail of fresh blood that leads back inside.
I'll go inside.
You bypass the body and storm into an empty saloon. Recently evacuated. Or was there ever anyone here? The trail of blood stops by the bar, but after that, you're not sure where to look. When you go back outside, the fella's dead.
I'll move on. Everybody's dead around these parts.
The snake flicks its tongue. That's close enough. It is coiled atop a carved stone marked with faded flecks of paint.
I think I'll ask the snake about the stone.
The snake laughs, its whole body convulsing. It's very special. A good luck charm. It tilts its head. I'm supposed to guard it, but I'm hungry. If you bring me some meat, you may have it.
I'll scrounge up some meat.
The heat has made a family of mice slow and easy to catch. You drop them before the snake, and it gulps them down without chewing. It slithers back, exposing the object. Take it, it hisses. I won't bite. Trust me.
Okay, I'll trust the snake.
You reach for the idol. The snake quivers as your hand gets close, but it stays put. It flicks its tongue. Don't be disturbed by how it looks. It'll bring you luck. The snake slithers off into the long grass.
Inspect the stone.
It's an idol, about the size of your clenched fist, carved into the shape of a human head. It's an ugly thing. The side that was pressed into the dirt is a face contorted in grotesque agony. Could this really be a good luck charm?
Yeah, I'll keep the idol.
Good things sometimes wear foul guises. Who are you to judge? You stow the idol, trying to ignore its unusual weight.
Okay, yeah, I'll move on. How interesting. It's the first time I've come across something like that.
Motor's running, but nobody's driving. Flies buzz the windshield.
Uh-oh.
Beyond the van is a driveway, paved through cut green grass to the top of the hill. There you see a squat, rustic mansion. The sun turns your back damp.
I think I'll look at the car.
It's a newer model. You don't recognize it. Inside, you see food wrappers, bottles of beer, and half a discarded cheeseburger. You come around to the windshield, where something incomprehensible is written in big, sloppy letters, backwards, as to appear correctly in a mirror.
I'll think I'll look closer.
In lipstick, the word Piggies.
Oh,
You glance back and forth between the message and your own reflection in the windshield, and on the latter glance, you see a large figure hovering behind you. Then you feel something hard.
oh,
Then you see nothing.
great.
You awake, face down in the crisp green grass, the back of your neck tender with sunburn, your head still tender from the blow. The van is gone. Tracks carved in the dirt lead back toward the road. You check your skull. Still intact. Your wallet, however, is less so.
I'll move on.
You reckon you can make the time? The old-timer elbows you as you try to get a look from the edge of the pen. Thick dust kicking up from the Bronco's hooves. The cowboy's body swings like a reed being whipped in the air. He doesn't fall quite yet.
I wouldn't know.
I've been watching this for years. You can hear him masticate something inside his leathery jaw. Tobacco, probably. You never know till it's over.
It's true. Keep watching.
The cowboy's body seems to bend entirely around itself as he sails through the air, propelled by one last buck from the horse. He lands back first on the sand, with a puff of dust and a pained grin.
Yeah, I'll move on. You just don't know.
You fear your feet will sink into the dry emptiness of the Great Basin. Every step is a syncopated crack of dried ground and salt underfoot. Even the vultures avoid this wasteland.
I think I'll keep walking.
Was there a road you were supposed to be following? Your throat has gone numb. You're not sure you ever had a tongue. The lonely iron-colored rock rising from the ground is the first thing you've seen in days.
Yeah, I think I'll look through the haze.
The air around the stone shimmers drunkenly in the roasting heat, distorting a figure standing before it. A rider, white from the tip of his hat to the slender legs of his horse.
I can look up at him.
The buttons on his coat glint silver in the sun. Dust doesn't cling to his pressed white trousers. You're tired of ghouls and very near done with psychopomps. Time contracts in the heat. Suddenly, he stands all too close.
Move towards the rider.
Some croaking noises clatter out of your mouth as you beg for water. But he doesn't hear you. He's not here for you.
Ooh.
You slide down to your knees as he rides on towards someone else.
Ooh, now watch.
Ahead, on what passes for a trail, another horseman, face down on the ground, ragged and empty. his horse dead a few steps before the spot where he was pitched into the sand. The white rider canters toward him, slow but unerring.
Ooh, move on. So that's what the song of White Rider means. Maybe.
They've taken over a booth at the roadside diner, tables strewn with papers and forms. He's in shirt sleeves, revolver hanging loosely off his chest. She's in a moss green dress from 2 seasons ago and a felt hat that's begun to warp.
Okay, I'll listen in.
You slip into the booth next to him. Tell me again where you saw him last?
Detective, huh?
He was in the car with me. We were just driving down the road.
Okay, I'll keep listening.
So where did you stop the car? He asks. She sounds exasperated.
I told you. I never did.
They have the same accent, same drawl from somewhere in North Texas or Oklahoma. But his is subtler, although he's been trying to shake it for a few years.
Keep your eyes to yourself.
You try not to disturb them, but in truth, they barely know you're there.
Yeah.
We were going 40 miles an hour when he vanished. All I saw were those damned lights.
In the lingering, baffled silence that follows, you find your cue to leave.
Yeah, I think I'll move on. Missing people. Santa Fe. Here we go.
The steady spin of the lasso is hypnotic.
Help me out here,
says the man.
I've been hunting this horse a long time. Extra pair of hands to make sure she doesn't get the better of me.
Yeah, why this horse?
She belonged to someone who wronged me. Butch slipped out of this world before I could square things between us, but damn did he love this horse.
He grins.
If she bucks real hard, haul on the rope. Buy me some time.
Okay.
He flicks the lasso, roping her neatly with his first throw. He presses the end of the rope into your hands and runs for the horse, slipping smoothly onto her back before she's realized what's happening. She fights, though, bucking hard enough to jar him loose.
Pull the rope.
You keep her from throwing him off, and through your combined efforts, she starts to settle down. Thanks, friend. Shame, really. She's a good horse. I gotta send Butch's crew a message.
Oh, shit.
He steers the horse carefully down to the road, hand resting on his knife.
God dang it, move on. Let's see what we got going on in Santa Fe.
A handsome 2-story adobe house sits at the corner of 2 main thoroughfares, a for sale sign tucked into one of its windows. An older man in a shabby suit rushes up to you. "Don't go in there," he shouts, waving his arms frantically. "That house is haunted!"
Really? It's haunted?
The man droops. "Well, cursed. My former student built it. I taught him everything about how Santa Fe has its own climate, its own culture. My architecture exists in harmony with nature.
Okay.
And then he started his own business and took all my best clients.
So it isn't haunted.
Haunted by the injury of a venerable architect, as all his houses will be." The man gestures across the way, where the half-finished shell of something craftsman hugs the earth. "Already the town prefers him to me. Soon Santa Fe will be transformed by his houses. I'll be just a memory.
Who's here today? New person.
Buen día le dé Dios, stranger. Come, sit with me a little.
All
To
right.
rest is a simple remedy, pero es importante. And the first step in la curación.
Ah.
Everyone needs healing. It has always been this way. Sometimes it's a toothache, and sometimes more. Resting the mind is difícil. Walking or sitting, running or sleeping. Always the mind is working, pensando. Mi corazón. That was a good story. Do not worry too much for el futuro. We work for it, sometimes too hard, and forget to cherish el presente. Easier to say than to do. Oh, please, tell me a story sobre la esperanza and all the good in this world. What a good story. Esperanza. It is the most important, I think. Do everything with love, especialmente when it is hard. Also, you must listen to who or what you love, or you will not understand and will cause harm. Joy? My favorite time of year is late summer. In August, that's the time to gather the plants for las curaciones. To be one with la tierra, to honor it. There is great joy in being alone on the llano, or when I go to the mountains. Sadness? Claro que sí. I am an old woman, no? My husband, que Dios lo tenga en la gloria. He died not too long ago of old age. It is sad for me, but there are more sad things at the end of a good life. Faith? Yes. Everyone believes in something different. I must trust a person's faith leads them to be honorable. You're kind to listen to una vieja talk of nada. I have learned mucho en mi vida. Now, I wish to share more than ever. Perhaps you want to hear this old woman talk again? I hope so.
Stupid
The
controller.
road takes me this way. If your journey takes you there, look for me.
Oh.
When was the last time you ever prayed? For me, it feels like a lifetime. My hands, I never thought I'd see my hands so worn, rough and yellow from the calluses.
Oh.
There's a sting like fiery needles like surging through my fingers. When my hands meet, the pain grows hotter and meaner. And my arm muscles contract as if they wish to rip through the skin.
Okay.
And yet, when these hands are picking fruit from the ground, the pain cruelly leaves.
Really? Okay.
Un dolor y 20 centavos, $1.20 y the absence of a prayer. I never thought I'd see myself like this. Oh, how funny! Thank you. It is not often that I can laugh. My past. I remember being chased by a dog in San Gabriel, el pueblo I grew up in. It bit my leg, and all my father did was shout at me, "Stop acting like your mother," he'd say.
Gee.
And then she would just look at me from behind him, and her face, I'll never forget that face. What a good story. I will remember it for a while. I know. The future. There's a stir amongst the workers going on for years now.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't know if it'll work. And if it doesn't, well, just another day for picking grapes. What a wonderful story. We need stories like this to give us strength. Love? I'd rather not speak about him ever again. Like his mother used to tell me. Cuanto menos se dice, mejor te curas. The least you say, the fastest you'll mend.
Okay.
You know, life is not so easy, you know. It is through my faith in him that I'm still here. Though there are times where I wonder if he sees that. That one I do not believe. Home, Ecuador. I remember it so clearly. The people and their homes were built from the same mold, vibrant but rough in the inside. Mi padre said it just reminded him of Mexico. And for once in his life, he was right.
Oh, what happened to the verb? Oh, the audio's gone?
Well, here is the sun. I must get ready to walk again. I'm going this way. New fields, new work. Besides, you must be tired of listening to me. I'm already talking like una anciana, an old woman at the edge of her deathbed. What about you? How do you make sense of your life?
One day at a time.